Hey, nieces and nephews, Uncle Jay here from jeonline.store. Like to welcome you to Barbershop Talk, where we talk about the topics that others won't. Fresh off the press. This is hot on social media. It's hitting everywhere. Everybody's talking about it. Caitlin Clark has been nominated as 2024 Athlete of the Year by the Time. Congratulations to Caitlin Clark. But it's causing controversy in the things she said. We're gonna go to this article, we're gonna read some of this article, and we're gonna get some reactions. The article was written by Sean Gregory. It was an interview by Sean Gregory. It highlights a lot of things. It's a long article. You guys go over there, check out the article. But we're gonna highlight some points in this article, and we're gonna get some reaction. It's a lot of Caitlin Clark fans who are mad. They are upset. They think Caitlin has pulled a Paige. When Paige Beckner was given the ESPY Award and she gave credit to the black athletes that came before her, they tried to cancel her. Now Caitlin is doing the same thing. But let's get into this article and touch some of the highlights.
So, lads, obviously, the Caitlin Clark Time interview happened, and look, I don't really mind anything in it. I don't really mind anything from Caitlin Clark. I will say, not that happy about Temi Figbenle basically implying the only reason Caitlin Clark was as big as she was because she's white. Like, don't particularly like that. And that's the one thing in all of this that I actually have an issue with, is that, where I'm like, no, she shoots the ball from 30 feet. She has fans. It doesn't really matter. Like, she has fans everywhere. She has fans all over the world. It doesn't matter. Like, she has fans in the freaking Philippines. She has fans in Uganda. Uganda fans all wearing Caitlin Clark stuff. I really hate that implication. But other than that, I don't think there's anything really bad in that. So it's like, no. Caitlin has said it 100 times. She just said it. She just said it in a way you wanted her to say it. That whole interview, the way she said, not even the way she said, the way I'd say it was almost pushed into her saying. You think that she said, I'm only popular because I'm white. And she didn't say that. She did not say that at all. She literally tried to get these players, spot bonuses for her come to town and them getting more fans. She has tried to push every single player in this league when they've played against her. But because now she has probably said the exact same thing you said 100 times in a more performative way, you're saying it's some gotcha. No, these people in sports media are scumbags. They did everything they could to break a 22-year-old. That's what their goal was. Their goal was to break her. Their goal was not this. And the funniest thing is they think, oh great, their goal was either 1, to break her, or 2, to turn her into Paige. And the reality is that Caitlin Clark has said this 100 times before. She's not just all of a sudden going to take a back seat. She's going to she's going to do everything she can to win the MVP next year.
Caitlin Clark was reflecting on her impact on women's sports, women's basketball. She brought a lot of eyes to the sports. She's quoted as saying in this article, I've been able to captivate so many people that have never watched women's sports, let alone women's basketball, and to turn them to fans. Caitlin also went back and talked about the championship game between LSU when Angel did the "you can't see me" gesture in 2023. They asked her what did she think about that gesture and everything, and all the backlash that Angel got from that. The article reads, by her junior year, Iowa was knocking off undefeated South Carolina in the national semis to reach the finals against LSU. That championship game was Clark's inauguration into the 24-hour sports news cycle. In the final moments when it was clear LSU would win, Tigers forward Angel Reese approached Clark and pointed at her ring figure, a bit of trash talking. That's the "can't see me" gesture that sparked needless, cruel backlash. Reese was labeled classless, and worse, Clark and Reese were pitted against each other as rivals, a narrative that has carried over to the WNBA.
We talk about the Barbie who said good things about Caitlin in public. who praises Caitlyn and praises her game in public.
I believe her when she praises Caitlyn.
Because people don't like Caitlyn, the fans of Angel. They don't like Caitlyn based upon her fans, and they don't like the way she doesn't come out front and defend black women.
Oh, I'm doing a podcast on that tomorrow, y'all.
Even though she
We got
did,
some updates, Brass.
let me
Updates on that.
even though she did in the Time magazine,
Yeah.
she did in Time magazine. I get that, but a little bit later, way later.
I get it though. Like I get it though, Brass. As an athlete, you don't want to. And again, her representatives were probably telling her, right? Just too much going on. You're a rookie. A lot of he say, she say. A lot of people putting words in your mouth. You don't want to come out at that time. It was just too hot. Like I even said that on show podcast. Like I wasn't mad that Caitlin Clark didn't say nothing and kept it cordial, because being in those moments, your words could get twisted, and people who are stirring up the mess, creating racism, they could take those words and make it into something that's really not in that moment. Especially during the season, the WNBA players are already coming out. You got the mainstream media, they got their agenda. If I'm Caitlin Clark, I'm keeping it cordial, I'm smiling, and I'm keep going. But when I get a chance to speak off season, I'm gonna say the right things that need to be said. So I'm not mad at her timing.
Let me add to that real quick.
It, I would have been. I've been looking at her sideways, but I'm not mad at her timing.
Well,
let me add that real quick, man.
But I'm kind of curious about it because Paige Beckers didn't waste no time doing it.
But she was on the platform though. She was on the platform to do it, and it was the timing. That was the right timing. And the platform that she was on, she was speaking to the masses. This was Caitlin Clark's chance to speak to the masses.
Before the start of the 2024 WNBA season, Clark hosted Saturday Night Live. On there, she gave credit to all the black athletes that came before her. So this is not something she hasn't done before, but she gives credit to all those that came before her. Lisa Leslie, Cheryl Swoop, Cynthia Cooper, Dawn Stelly, Maya Moore. So these were Clark heroes as she was growing up. But the controversial thing that everyone is mad about, where they think Clark has pulled the page, that she might lose followers, is about this.
We don't care about none of the made up propaganda. Let's start where all this stuff started from, bro. Let's keep it all the way 100, bro. If you confused after today, you are in denial. You see what's going on. Why is our fan base? Why do you got all these people turning their back on Caitlin Clark now? Why y'all turning y'all back on Caitlin Clark? What's the issue now? I thought y'all was riding Caitlin Clark. I thought y'all cared about her. I thought y'all messed with her. Thought that was your favorite player. Thought that was your golden girl. Why y'all riding on Caitlin Clark now? And I'm seeing some disgusting stuff from some of you. So I'm talking about from these grown Caucasian women in these outlets. I'm gonna pull this lady up. This Megan Kayla lady. This lady's a straight up disgrace. She is trash to me. So you downplaying, you disrespecting Caitlin Clark now. Now you riding on Caitlin Clark because you saying something different. What am I saying than I haven't already been saying? What am I saying different than what I already been saying? See, you've been listening to what they've been saying. You've been taking all your talking points from the media that was saying the black players was hating on them. Angel Reese ain't this, that, and third. Y'all was going on what they were saying. I told y'all the truth though. I ain't come up here riding on Caitlin Clark. Go look at them videos. I wasn't riding on Caitlin Clark. You know what I started doing? I started holding them fans and her cult media accountable. Something y'all didn't want to do. Y'all ain't want to do that, bro. I never had a problem with the girl, for real. I hold her fanboys accountable. Y'all ain't want to do that. All these other channels, all these other media outlets, they responsible for all of this. That's a fact. And I told y'all, a lot of those people that claim they are Caitlin Clark fans, they not Caitlin Clark fans. Look at this lady. This lady said, look at this. She's on her knee, all but apologize for being white and getting attention. Look at this. So hold on. Let me get this straight. What's wrong with now? It's a problem for her to come out and stand up for her African American peers. Why is that such a problem? I told y'all they was talking about Paige Becker the same way until she did the same exact thing. You know why they turned their back on Paige Becker? For the same exact thing. They wanted to use Caitlin Clark as a symbol for white supremacy to downplay everybody else, all the black women in the league. Let's just be honest. I'm gonna say this though. I wish Caitlin Clark would have came out a little earlier than that though. I just wish Caitlin Clark, and I'm not gonna be grateful. I'm not gonna be grateful. She came out and said what she said, but I just wish she would have came out when the house is on fire. Now we talking now, the house is burnt down now, you know.
This is a quote from Tammy Finlay, who played with Clark. America was founded on segregation, and to this day it is very much about black and white, Finlay said, who loved playing with Clark. Finlay writes in the text, in a sport dominated by black African American players, white America has rallied around Caitlin Clark. The support looks mostly amazing, sometimes fanatical and territorial, sometimes racist. It seems that the great white hope syndrome is at play again. Whoa, that's deep. That's one of her former teammates that said that. A'ja Wilson, a two-time league champion and now a three-time WNBA MVP, told the Associated Press she thought Clark's race was a huge contributor to her popularity. It doesn't matter what we all do as black women, we're still going to get swept under the rug. Wow. Wilson said that's why it boils my blood when people say it's not about race, but it is.
What's going on, Miss Goody Two Shoes?
Hey guys, this is my first time up on this channel.
Hey, you need to come up here more.
Welcome.
No, just playing. No, but I just wanted to say, it isn't about seeking her validation, because we know that Angel Reese is important. But my point is simply coming out and saying, "Oh, I have privilege." You waited while other people have been through so much. Angel Reese traveled with 2 to 3 security guards her last year at LSU. And so one of the reasons why Caitlin's message didn't penetrate is because instead of just saying, yeah, I don't do racism, I've played with this girl and the other players since I've been in high school, it was kind of like, oh, I'm not on social media, I didn't see it. Versus just saying, you know what, I'm not sure about all of the comments that were made, but I don't support racism. I don't support sexism. We're here to play basketball. And sometimes you have to say it early and often. If you look at Angel Reese clears the record frequently. Multiple interviews, multiple podcasts, right? So in the Wall Street Journal, Angel Reese clears the record. In her interview with, I forgot, what is his name? Is it Smarty, Skippy? Whatever, with Complex. She clears the record. On her podcast, she clears the record. On the Lonzo Ball podcast, she clears the record. Right? So multiple times, you will see Angel Reese clear the record so that it doesn't build up. Oh, AT went hard at me. It's expected. I want them to come at me. Now, yes, she did do it immediately because that was a part of the game, but she knew she needed to because she didn't want them to kick up a fuss. So she clears the record early and often. And all that I'm saying is the other players have endured so much while she waited for the opportune time.
Okay.
And that to me is still problematic.
Hey, hold on, don't. So as far as African American woman, when Angel Reese is attacked and Caitlin Clark doesn't come out and say anything, what specifically do you want her to come out and say? Like, what is the specific wording or like type of?
It doesn't have to be specific. It can be 2 seconds. She doesn't need to harp on it. She just needs to directly address it. Hey, Angel Reese and I, we don't have beef. we're cool. I love the way that she's competitive in the game. I don't support racism. I don't support sexism. Move on. And she might have to do it more than one time because that's how it works. Right? Here's my thing. I do not feel like Caitlin Clark is going to hit rock bottom by taking a stand. But it does let me know that doing the right thing is not more important than her bag.
In this interview, Clark, she's quoted as saying, "I want to say, I've earned every single thing, but as a white person, there is privilege," says Clark. A lot of those players in the league that have been really good have been black players. This league has kind of been built on them. The more we can appreciate that, highlight that, talk about that, and then continue to have brands and companies invest in those players that have made this league incredible, I think is very important. I have to continue to try to change that. The more we can elevate black women, that's going to be a beautiful thing. Did she pull a page? Is she gonna get canceled? Is she gonna lose some supporters?
And Prince, let me add to that. Reason why I think she didn't do it, she knows majority of her fan base is right wing, anti-black people. It's just like Taylor Swift. She knows what her fan base is, and she knows what her fan base can't handle. And so because of that, I think she slow played it, made sure that her game translates to the WNBA first. So majority of them will fall in love with her game. Then she came out and spoke.
They mad at her about that. They mad because I'm getting the buzz. I saw a couple of articles about that Time magazine interview, and they mad already. Because I've seen articles that pop up on my phone about her comments. Then you read the comments under the article, and they mad as hell at Caitlin.
Yeah, I mean,
she pulled the page. She pulled the page.
Yeah, so that's why I said, Uncle J.E.
This is Clark's response. "I don't get that at all," says Clark. "We're not best friends by any means, but we're very respectful of one another. Yes, we have had tremendous battles, but when have I ever guarded her? And when has she ever guarded me?" She downplays Reese's gesture. "I didn't think it was taunting," says Clark. "It really didn't bother me. Why don't you talk about them winning or the incredible run that we went on? The only thing people cared about was this controversy that was really fabricated and made up. And then that has continued to be the case ever since."
I'm not even saying I'm 100% correct. I'm just giving you a perspective, a different perspective. I'm not even saying y'all wrong or right. I'm just giving you a different perspective and why I'm not like up in uproar about it. I'm not saying don't be upset at Caitlin Clark for not speaking out. Like I even told Brass, I'm not even upset at Brass for saying she should have came out earlier. I'm giving my perspective on just like timing. For me, like Miss Goody Two Shoes, your comment, that's not Caitlin Clark's responsibility. Guess whose responsibility that is? That's Kathy's responsibility.
The team too.
In the where's the security guards? Where's the WNBA PR team? That's their responsibility first. Yeah. That's mainstream music responsibility to clear up that mess and stop leaning into it and reporting it.
Yeah.
Y'all got me up here taking up for Caitlin Clark. And somebody was coming at me saying that, guess what I would say?
No. You're not taking up for Caitlin Clark. You're just coming with your perspective on what things are, and it's not necessarily false. Because when you're getting death threats, that's where Engelbert and all of them should have came in. When you're getting all these racial slurs being hurled at you on social media and threats and whatnot, that's the league that should step in and handle that. Because if you do that in the NBA, best believe Adam Silverman is going to nip that in the bud immediately. If it happens in the NFL, I forget his name.
Roger Goodell.
Yeah, Roger Goodell is going to nip that in the bud because he's protecting the shield. Engelbert is not a very good protector of the WNBA shield. She's not. and one of your brightest stars, an Angel Reese, which makes me think she might be a Caitlin Clark fangirl from the right wing. The way she responds to what happens to Angel. You
yeah,
saying
that's why I'm confused. I'm confused.
So,
like, it's not Caitlin's. Like, and again,
I'm not saying.
Bro, they mad because she coming out and defending the other people now. And she's saying the same thing that Paige said,
yeah.
which I think was calculated because she see Paige is entering the league and everybody loves Paige. You know what I mean? So she trying to beat Paige to the punch and get some crossover now. Now she's worried about, crossing over. I appreciate what she said. It could have been sooner, but thank you,
But she already started on Hornets Nest. I give
right. She should have did that 2 years ago. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna give a perfect example when she already started on Hornets Nest just for today.
Jason she might lose some fans, bro. She might lose some fans for this.
This is like Jason Whitlock, who builds his channel recently off of Caitlin Clark love and Angel Reese hate. He already said that she bent the knee to Black Lives Matter.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Caitlin, this statement maybe should have came out a little bit earlier, but Caitlin makes a stance against racism, against the crazy fans out there who think she's the great white hope and trying to push their agendas by using Caitlin's name. She's backing her peers. She's backing her fellow black athletes. Did she pull a Paige? Is she gonna get canceled? Is she gonna lose some supporters? Let me know in the comments. And I'll see you next time on Barbershop Talk. Let's go.